in, baby, locked in.
Oh, Canada in the books, and it's do-or-die night for the Hamilton Cardinals. Game 4 in round 1 of this IBL playoff matchup between the Hamilton Cardinals and London Majors, with the Majors leading 2-1. Reese Dumaney along with Troy Islakar in the broadcast booth. Another beautiful night for baseball here in Hamilton, Troy.
Yeah, and thanks for filling in for us. Reed getting tied up with that full-time job down the 403, and you're coming out to help us, and we really appreciate it, and we're looking for a great game tonight.
We are.
Tataki Iguchi on the hill for the Hamilton Cardinals, and on the hill for the London Majors, it is Victor Payano. So it's best on best tonight. These two guys squared off in Game 1. Payano threw 112 pitches for the Majors in their win in Game 1, and Iguchi just 3 2/3 innings for the Cardinals. Although he pitched well, he may have a little bit left in the tank here tonight.
Yeah, that only day off yesterday, the Monday off day, really helps set this matchup up. And in an elimination game, I think for the Cardinals it was automatic. You have to go to your best. And for the Majors, it's a do-or-die Game 5 if you fall, right? Same situation. You want to end it here and book your ticket to round number 2.
Yeah, the last time the Cardinals played here, they had a 14-1 win over – a 16-2 win over these London Majors, and they're looking for more of the same. They want to send this series back to London tonight and force a London team that's hurting a little bit, into a Game 5 situation. And, yeah, it's a big crowd here tonight, and we're anticipating a big game. Last Sunday, 4-hour game in London. 2 hours and 20-something minutes the game before that, and just under 3 hours before that. So these teams are very methodical, taking their time here in the playoffs.
Yeah, and we've seen a couple of sweeps so far in the IBL playoffs. It's nice that you've got these Game 4s and potentially Game 5 situation. Of course, we've got Kitchener and Welland, the other game going on today. That one at Jack Couch Park in Kitchener. But you see the playoff bracket here. Again, London can punch their ticket to round number 2, looking to get back on top in the IBL after a couple of championships back-to-back a couple of years ago. And, well, really everybody's fighting to dethrone Welland, who took it all last year.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with IBL playoffs, in the first 2 rounds, quarterfinals, semifinals, it's best 3 out of 5, and the final, of course, 4 out of 7. And London up 2-1 here, and they're trying to write the script for a semifinal for them tonight.
Hamilton Cardinals baseball, of course, brought to you by Mountain Mitsubishi, and Callie and Alexis, representing Mountain Mitsubishi, were the ones to throw out the ceremonial first pitch on a great night here in Hamilton. You can hear the crowd in the background. They're all fired up, and we haven't thrown one pitch yet here at Bernie Arbor.
Yeah, Mountain Mitsubishi have been just great partners this year for Hamilton Cardinal baseball. Don't think that we could do what we do on and off the field. There they are right there. Oh, nice, in sequence. Do what they do on the field and off the field without them. So great corporate partners.
As warm-up pitches finally underway, looked like an extended plate visit for both managers. We're almost set to get underway. Iguchi with those warm-up tosses, as the London Majors look to do damage early and maybe put this one out of reach early on. And that offense has scored 15 runs in the first 3 games. Funny enough, still wouldn't have beat the Cardinals in game number 2, as they would have fallen by
And that guy
1
right
run.
there, Victor Plas, is caused some real damage for the Cardinals during the season and in these playoffs, and he'll be leading it off for the London Majors here tonight.
As we take a look at the full lineup for those visiting London Majors in those camo uniforms with the gray pants. You mentioned it, Plaus right at the top. Gibson Kremensky is the number 2 hitter. Eduardo De Olio is your catcher. He'll hit third. Caden Cardoso at first. Starling Joseph is in left. Byron Reichstein, who he's been a pretty big name around the London Majors clubhouse over the last number of years. Same with the next man, Cleveland Brownlee, the designated hitter. Mosher Osika to round it out for the visiting London Majors.
Cleveland Brownlee has not played a game in this series, and He's a little banged up, but hey, it's game 4. It's playoffs. Get tied up, get wrapped up, and get out there.
We are ready for baseball at Bernie Arbor. Uguchi's first offering is in there for a strike. Is coming up with the right hand is our home plate umpire, David Phillips. Here's the 0-1. It is going to be swung on and missed. No balls, 2 strikes. We go around the diamond. Sean Schaefer is at first base. Chris Walters is at second. And then Jeff Rose, is down at third. Our umpiring crew for tonight's Game 4.
It's Taki Uguchi coming off of an all-star season for the Cardinals. And that is a big strikeout.
Good morning, good afternoon, good night to start the ball game. And that'll give us a look at the Hamilton Cardinals defense, not having to do a whole lot for that first hitter there. We go around the outfield, Berg, Duncan, and DeBanning from left to right. We go to the infield, Whalen at third. DeCastro is the shortstop. Loveridge is at second. Rempel is over at first base, and Bernardo is doing the catching for Uguchi tonight.
That whole left side of that Cardinal defense has not played a lot of games together. Kids going back to school for the Cardinals and, adding some players towards the end. DeCastro just coming in right at the end of the season, just at the acquisition deadline, and that has helped them out at that shortstop position. Tyler Duncan was allowed to go back to center.
Pitch hit on the ground. That's going to be a nice, easy hop. We'll go 4-3 for out number 2. 5 pitches, 5 strikes, and a couple of outs for Uguchi. And with those 3 days rest, you kind of want to be as efficient as possible.
Yeah, that's exactly what Hamilton Cardinals need coming into this first inning, is a nice, efficient first inning, and Uguchi throwing the minimum amount of pitches.
Now the Majors catcher, Deolio. He'll take a first pitch strike. That's always key as well, especially in an elimination situation. Get up early. The 0-1 is going to be hit on the ground to short, tough hop, and it's going to squeak into the outfield. Deolio will reach, and inning number 1 will continue.
Castro looked like he got a little handcuffed by that one and bounced off his glove and into the infield. You can see it right here, a little bounce on the infield, and took a weird hop just before it got to him. That ball trickles to the outfield. 1 on base here, 2 out for the London Majors.
Caden Cardoso in, righty-lefty matchup. First pitch in for a strike. And the strike train continues for Uguchi.
1-3-4, kid.
Runner at first, 0-1. Is bottom of the zone, strike 2. And Uguchi an opportunity here to get his team to the plate. 0-2 is way upstairs. And I think when you're 4 batters in and you finally get a pitch that misses the zone, that's a pretty good sign. Look over to first. Deolio takes his lead. The 1-2 is going to be lined up the middle. They had him played perfectly. What a stab. And he will beat Deolio to the bag. DeCastro, my goodness. Nice play to end the top of the first.
Yeah, DeCastro charged with an error on that first hit to him, but makes up with it here. A real hot glove, gets a nice stab, and then runs back to the base for the out. Big play there by DeCastro on the grab and on the recovery up. Takes the Cardinals out of this inning.
And what a mighty fine play that is to get the crowd fired up. T-shirt toss in the middle of the first inning here as well. We'll do it also, but if you're on defense, that's a good way to get your team fired up to head to the plate.
watching Mountain Mitsubishi Baseball on Cable 14. We'll be right back for the bottom of the first after this.
Inning number 2 about to get underway, no score between the Majors and Cardinals. Game number 4 of this first round series in the IBL playoffs. As mentioned off the top, it's do or die for the Cardinals. If they come out on top, it is a Game 5 tomorrow back at Labatt Park. 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Majors here in the second. That is Joseph Reichstein and Cleveland Brownlee. First pitch from Iguchi is going to be popped up around home plate, foul territory. These ones are always fun. That one's going to drop. Nobody touches, and that will be a foul ball.
Yeah, Bernardo, that tough sky, and that with that wind now coming in from behind home plate, that blew it back into the infield, and that was a tough one. And Whalen on third base there wanted to come in and help out, but also wanted to let Bernardo have as much room as he needed to adjust to that ball.
Yeah, and pretty well did everything correctly. Found the ball, threw the mask as far away as he could, so there was no tripping hazard at all. Turned his back to the infield. Just, yeah, those ones, the wind, lots of factors going into that one. As Iguchi gets strike number 2.
Bit of a weather front coming in, they predict, and it looks, just looked at the radar in between innings there, it looks just around 9 o'clock. We're going to possibly get some thunder showers, so hopefully that wind blows them a little south.
The 0-2 is going to be bounced up the middle. Throw is wide. Unable to get the tag on Joseph, so he will reach. It was going to be a tough play. Joseph's got pretty good wheels, and he gets down to first base.
Yeah, tough play for DeCastro to make here. Running to his left and having to come back to his right across his body. And Rempel making a great grab there. And, of course, he is covered in dirt by the second inning, which is not unusual for Hamilton Cardinals fans to see. There you go.
He's a ball player.
He is a walking Tide commercial. Growing the stash. Talked to him just before the game, and it's his attempt at a playoff beard.
First pitch to Reichstein in there for a strike.
Come on, Barry, come on, kid. Come on, Bob.
Couple of looks at Joseph at first. The 0-1 is outside, ball number 1.
Yeah, I think that was a called pitch out there. Joseph always a threat to steal. Gucci really taking a look there.
Check on him at first, and he is safe. Barely. Close play over there at first base. Nice quick tag by Rempel as well. Joseph not getting dirty on that one, going back in, standing up.
Tanner Rempel, catcher turned first base, has done a great job this season defensively over on the number 1 bag. And he's a nice guy to talk to. All the players like to come down there, and you know, they discuss the weather and family and stuff, and Tanner more than obliges.
1-2 is going to be chopped to second. Going to be a tough play to get 2. They do get 1, and that's the runner you want to get, Starling Joseph. So it'll be fielder's choice, and there's one down in the second inning.
Nice job by Leverage there. He's cognizant about this field. He can get a bad bounce every once in a while. Wanted to stay behind the ball, make sure he gets it, pivots, turns, makes the play to the lead runner at first. And the Cardinals go down 1-0 here. Sorry, 1 out in the first inning. Second inning, rather.
Cleveland Brownlee stands in, takes the first pitch ball.
Brownlee's first action in this 2024 playoffs.
Fake the snap throw, and not a bad idea by Bernardo. Reichstein looking to get a good secondary, because I'm sure he'd love to go first to third on any ball hit to the right side, or potentially score the opening run if Cleveland Brownlee able to find a gap or a corner. The 2-0 is in there for a strike.
Wow. A 75-mile-an-hour ball that was moving across the plate to a 63-mile-an-hour changeup.
Check on the runner, and Reichstein is back in with a head first slide. Brownlee awaits the 2-1. And time called at the plate. Cleveland Brownlee, always a fan favorite no matter what ballpark you're in. He's been around for, well, quite a long time. He's got a couple of championships.
A lot of experience there in that number 35 uniform. Although we think it's 35. It's pretty tough to see those numbers tonight.
Swings and misses, count even 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Got those camo jerseys that camouflage the numbers as well.
As nice of an idea as it is, it's not too great for us. Higuchi set. The 2-2 is going to be lined into left center field, and it's going to get past the left fielder Berg. He tried to lay out to keep it in front. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Cleveland Brownlee drives in the first run of the ball game, and the Majors lead at 1-0.
Well, that's just what he does. He is an RBI machine, and like I said, experience you got to have in these playoff times, and Cleveland Brownlee stands up, steps up, and puts one right between the gap between left and center, and Daly trying to make the dive, couldn't, goes to the wall, and Duncan had to pick it up and throw it in, and in the meantime, Reichstein rounded the bases and scored the first run for the London Majors.
Mosher takes a first pitch strike. See if Higuchi here can minimize the damage and strand Brownlee over at second, excuse me. And he's quickly ahead, no balls, 2 strikes to the number 8 hitter.
One away here in the top of the second.
Ball going to be lined into center field. That's a base hit. Brownlee is going to get the stop sign late. Made it about a third past third base. He's back with a head first slide, so it'll be runners at the corners. Still only 1 man out.
Yeah, they did Brownlee coming around. Not a lot of speed with Brownlee. Nice punch there by Mosher. And that ball goes into shallow center field, and Tyler Duncan makes a great throw into Bernardo that keeps Brownlee at third.
So Bernardo goes through the signs, first and third.
Brings up Tristan Osika, the former Hamilton Cardinal.
First pitch to him is away, ball 1.
Men on the corners here for the majors in the second.
The 1-0. Swung on and missed. 1 ball and 1 strike. Osika looking to do some damage with that cut.
83-mile-an-hour fastball in the inside corner. See if he comes right back to it.
Cardinals looking for 2. The pitch is close but no cigar. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Breaking ball on the outside. Tried to backdoor Osika.
2-1 is going to be hit on the ground. Bobbled for a second. They will go 4-6 for the force out. Brownlee scores. It's a fielder's choice as Osika reaches, and it's 2-0 Majors.
Now Osika with an RBI. And a fielder's choice. He reaches first. Cardinals get the force out at second. 2 down here. But the Cardinals in a little bit of trouble here. Down 2-0 early on here in this second inning.
As we head back to the top of the order, Victor Plaz down on 3 pitches to start the ball game. I'm sure Iguchi would love to mirror that once again.
You're the man, baby. Stay hot.
First pitch is going to be lined into right field. That's a base hit. Stopping at second is Osika. Thought about third, but it's going to be first and second with 2 out.
Now Victor Plaz just continue on here for the London Majors in this second inning. 2 runs have scored, and they now have a runner, Osika, in scoring position once more with 2 down.
And that's a situation for Plaz, just not trying to do too much. Take the ball where it's pitched. If you try and pull that, you're rolling over, and you're out number 3. As Kreminski takes strike 1.
This nice little inside-out swing by Plaz. And out to right field, touch green, get on first, move the runners around. It's a pretty simple game when you think about it.
The 0-1 is downstairs. That's what they tell you when they ask if you want to sign up or not. Made me think about that line from Moneyball with Wash and Billy Bean. It's easy to play first base. Tell him, Wash.
Yeah, it's not that easy.
No.
It's not. It's hard. In fact, it's really hard.
It's extremely hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, 1 spot in private, kid. Here you go.
2 balls, 1 strike, 2 runs in already for the Majors, looking for more. First and second. The pitch from Iguchi is popped up, foul territory left side, but will get out of play behind the Cardinals dugout. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. These London Majors will be off on the swing.
Landed on the roof with all the other foul balls that are on there right now. Takaki Iguchi trying to get out of this second inning with limited damage here.
2-2, swing and a miss. That's a big punch out for the Cardinals right-hander, able to limit the damage to just 2 as the London Majors lead it 2-0 after an inning and a half. We will head to the bottom of the second in Game 4, the first round of the IBL playoffs. Second inning we go. First pitch is taken for a strike. 4-5-6 due up for the Cardinals here in the second. A couple of Ks for Payano in that first inning, and he's got a 2-0 lead, thanks to a lot of help from the bottom of the Majors order in the top half of the second. 0-1 swung on and missed. No balls, 2 strikes.
Payano doing a great job of keeping that ball inside, and Bernardo doesn't want that out over the plate, and let Bernardo get those arms stretched out. Can do some damage. 2 nice pitches inside.
The 0-2 is going to be hit on the ground up the middle, and that's going to sneak through for a base hit. First base runner for the Cardinals here in game number 4 is a leadoff single.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a mistake there by pitcher-catcher. They tried to go outside on Bernardo, and he took advantage of it, extended those arms, and punched that out into center field. They had Bernardo right where they wanted him with inside pitches, working inside, not letting him get those arms extended. And now the Cardinals start off this bottom of the second here with a base runner.
See if DeBanning can keep the line moving. First pitch to him is going to be popped in the air, right side near the line, and it will be caught for out number 1.
DeBanning hitting .300 in this series so far, has 1 home run, 1 double, and 1 down for the Cardinals. Tanner Rempel's been hot this series, 444, 9 at-bats, 4 hits. The guy you want with runners on base. Has been very productive, not only in the playoffs, but all season long.
And he's been finding a way to get on via the free pass as well. He's got 4 base on balls, so.
Yeah, making pitchers earn their money here.
First pitch taken for a strike. And through 6 hitters so far, you got to be ready early against Payano. 112 pitches. I'm sure he'd love to do that again and go 8 or 9, but
you just wonder how long they've got a magic number for him in this game.
Ball inside, going to get away from DeOlio, and that will allow the runner to advance. Bernardo up to second base, and he's in scoring position, and the Cardinals with an opportunity to cut the lead in half.
Yeah, I thought initially that ball had hit Tanner Rempel, but
Yep.
it hit DeOlio. And it took a weird hop at the plate, bounced off of him, and went down the line. Cardinals with a runner in scoring position here. 1 out, bottom of the second.
And that ball catching DeOlio on that left arm. David Phillips dusting off the plate with his foot. Give the catcher an opportunity to regroup. Long look back at second. The 1-1 is going to be popped foul out of play. Right side, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
DeOlio has played in all 3 playoff games in this series and 42 games during the regular season. He is the London Majors Ironman for sure, and that's tough going behind the plate there.
The 1-2. Swung on and missed. Strikeout number 3 early on for Payano, and there are 2 gone in the bottom half of the second.
71-mile-an-hour breaking ball off speed. Fooled Tanner Rempel. And another strikeout for Payano.
We'll see what Stephen Whalen can do. 2 down, runner at second. Majors lead at 2-0 with a pair of runs in the top half of the inning. First pitch to the number 7 hitter, taken for ball 1.
And Stephen Whaling, one of those guys that's been a good pickup for the Cardinals. Has some playoff experience, and he was still really young, going to Teachers College in Windsor, and played a bit in Kitchener, wasn't getting the playing time that he wanted, played a bit in Brantford, same thing. And he's a guy that can play all along the infield and has been very helpful for the Cardinals during the playoffs.
I don't think the fans like strike 1.
No.
Yeah. The count 1 ball, 1 strike. Payano has been taking quite a few long looks back at second base as Whalen takes strike 2.
Well, if Payano is able to work the breaking pitch and the off-speed stuff and kind of save his arm a little bit going through this game, Cardinals could be in for a little bit of trouble here, because he's done a great job pitching, not throwing, but pitching so far in this one.
1-2 is strike 3 called. Payano dealing through the first 2 innings.
Yeah, 72 miles an hour on that off-speed pitch, and that's going to fool you all night long. They're expecting gas from him, and he comes back with that. Just drops it right on the plate. Just a beauty.
Majors lead 2-0 to complete here at Bernie Arbor. We will take a break and come back on Mountain Mitsubishi, Hamilton Cardinals baseball.
Sometimes the littlest things can make the biggest difference. Like nature brightening your day. Bring nature to your backyard with Armstrong Bird Food. Feeding Cardinals since 1986.
Go 2-0 Majors lead at game 4 of this first round IBL playoff matchup. And one of 2 games tonight on the docket. Jackfish and Panthers doing battle in Kitchener as well. Of course, we are always checking in on that one. See if they will go to a game 5 back in Welland. The defending IBL champion Jackfish looking to advance.
And they are up 6-0 on that game.
That is a fun ballpark to hit in, I will say, Jack Couch Park.
Right side, be ready.
Highway 7-8 right behind the ballpark. The ball travels. All you got to do is get it in the air. No balls, 2 strikes here on Daly.
8-9-1 here as we are just getting through the order for the Cardinals here in the bottom of the 3rd.
Yotu inside. And that is a really good spot to put that pitch. No extension at all for no matter what hitter is at the plate. That's firewood all day if Daly would have offered. 1-2. Taken, strike 3 called. 5th strikeout for Payano, and there's 1 down in the bottom of the 3rd.
Payano just doing a magnificent job of pulling the string on that one after coming in with a heater on the inside, and then pulls the string on a 64-mile-an-hour changeup right there. Wow. Just drops it again right over the plate. That is some skill.
First pitch to the number 9 hitter taken for a strike. I was happy when my fastball got to 64, let alone my changeup.
6'5", 185 pounds, menacing on the hill there. Left-hander.
Way up, kid, way up. Cut.
Fouled off, no balls, 2 strikes.
Make a play, Seeks, make a play.
3 of the 5 Ks so far, actually I should say 4 of the 5 Ks so far for Payano have been looking.
Cardinals were going to try and take him to counts, earn his strikes, and he's answered
I like it.
by putting the ball right where it needs to be.
Come on, Pyle, throw him a chair, kid.
1 down, bases empty, 2-0 Majors. Count 1-2. Payano delivers, and that is well outside and high. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
9, here we go.
Loveridge hitting just 200 in this series. 10 at-bats, 2 hits.
4-5.
But has played very well at second base
Let's go, Pyle. Let's go,
for
Pyle.
not having played the whole season there.
2-2. Popped foul, and he stays alive.
Great crowd here tonight in Hamilton for game number 4. And I'm looking down that first baseline. It looks like there's a good crowd, good contingent from London as well that have come out to see their hometown majors.
2-2 is going to be lined just foul.
Wow, I thought that just grabbed the inside. That was a double for sure for Loveridge. You just straighten that out a little bit, get it inside the line.
And especially to set up the top of the order, you get a runner in scoring position. That's what the number 9 hitter's for. Work at bats, just find any way to get on to set it up for the top.
Yeah, Loveridge struggled a little bit during the season, hitting 111 in 17 games that he played for the Cardinals this year.
He's putting pretty good battle up against Payano here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Love to see a nice simple 2-strike approach up the middle. Lots of room in the middle of the diamond. 2-2 is going to be hit on the ground. Smart idea not to throw that. I wouldn't have either. Mosher eats it. And that's going to be an infield hit for Loveridge to set it up for the top of the order.
Well earned by Keeler Loveridge. He worked Payano, made him through some pitches, and got the pitch that he wanted, and just drove that in between third and short. And I guess you could call that almost an infield hit by Loveridge. Put it exactly where it needed to be, and like I say, he was well deserving of that hit. Has done something here that a lot of the Hamilton Cardinals stars haven't been able to do so far in this game, is figure Payano out.
Berg shows bunt. He gets it down. It's right back to Payano. He will underhand flip it over to first. A productive out for Danny Berg. Moves Loveridge into scoring position, and we'll see what DeCastro can do with 2 down.
Now 2 out. Loveridge in scoring position here. Cardinals would love to get DeCastro to touch some green and score Loveridge from second. Got to get on the board here. Got to get Payano thinking. He's had smooth sailing so far in this one.
Second straight inning with a runner in scoring position for the Cardinals. Long look back by Payano. First pitch to DeCastro, taken for ball 1. A little bit of a jump up from Phillips. Looked like he was going to call it a strike, but calls it ball 1. Infield pretty well straight up. Osika shaded towards second, of course, keeping an eye on Loveridge at second base. Now he moves back. The 1-0. Taking ball 2, and a very good hitter's count here for DeCastro.
Yeah, good plate discipline there by DeCastro. 2 pitches, both 69 miles an hour, 2 change-ups here, and I'm looking for Payano to come back with a fastball.
Castro looking for that pitch in one spot where he can drive it. The 2-0. Ball 3.
And that's precisely what it was there. 80 miles an hour, 83 miles an hour rather. And DeCastro just lets it go by and takes ball 3. Making Payano work. That's the name of the game here for the Cardinals. It's just that he's been so accurate on the change.
3-0. Ball 4, and that is a 4-pitch walk to DeCastro. 2 runners on as Tyler Duncan will now step to the plate.
Well, that looked pretty good, that last pitch. That's a tough one for DeCastro to lay off of. I mean, 0-3, he's not going to go after it anyway, but he got the call. Tyler Duncan with 2 runners on, the guy you want in this situation, most definitely. You're Chris Piano, the manager for the Hamilton Cardinals.
You a fan of the 3-0 green light, Troy?
Depending on who it is. Depending on who it is. Not a huge fan, but...
And ball number 5 in a row from Payano.
Yeah, he starts Duncan off with a changeup.
I would say you're taking until you see a strike, but not with Tyler Duncan at the plate. If that pitch is there, he is absolutely going to be hacking at it. The 1-0 swung on and missed.
Yeah, 85-mile-an-hour fastball on the outside corner, and Duncan missed that by a lot. I think the placement of that pitch kind of fooled Duncan.
Yeah, you can't really do a whole lot with it except try to shoot it the other way. Check on the runner at second. Of course, you're looking for that good secondary lead. Loveridge is out at second base. DeCastro's at first. 2 down. 2-0 Majors lead game 4. The 1-1. In there for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I think that was Tyler Duncan's pitch right there. Right across the plate. Might have thought that it was a little low, and let it go by, but this next pitch is a big one.
Payano set at the belt. He's ahead 1-2. The pitch to Duncan is foul left side, just outside third base, and we'll do it again.
2 fastballs in a row. First one 85 miles an hour. That last one was 86. So consistently working the fastball on Duncan, and you know that can be a little dangerous. But I'm looking for a bit of a breaking pitch or a changeup here by Payano.
Yeah, we'll see if they try to dot the outer corner there. One, 2 away. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, the changeup missed outside by a lot, and Payano now in a situation here where he doesn't want to throw a really good pitch to Duncan, but enough to make him react to it.
Two. Swung on and missed. That is a big K for Payano. Stranding 2. Majors continue to lead by a pair after 3 complete here in game 4. Majors 2, Cardinals nothing. We'll hit the break here on Mountain Mitsubishi Hamilton Cardinals baseball.
The dynamic duo back for the summer.
Got any ideas?
A million.
I know I can't make you trust me.
So you chose to lie. Sir, please let me go in there.
Let's go get our hands dirty.
About to have the summer on lock, you feel me?
Bel Air, all new, Monday at 9. Only on Showcase.
Wentworth District 3v3 basketball is here in the Hammer. Here's what I want you to do. Monday nights at 6:30, I want you to sit down in your comfortable chair, watch a little basketball with us. I miss you. I'm on vacation, but I want to see you Monday nights. Come on, join us for a little basketball hoop action.
Sports is life. It's clear cut. Everything's out in the open. There's nowhere to hide. I had to prove myself more than anyone else.
You must be so proud of your son. He's gonna go pro. The sky's the limit.
There's always a winner and a loser.
You cannot reach the sky in broken cleats.
Of course, I always want to be the winner. And I did reach the sky.
Norman Kwok, the first Chinese-Canadian professional football player, still holds records to this day. He retired from the sport in 1960 and later became Lieutenant Governor of Alberta.
Back for the top of the fourth here at Bernie Arbor Stadium here on Cable 14. Mountain Mitsubishi Hamilton Cardinals baseball. Reese Dumaney, Troy Islikar with you. No balls, one strike to Byron Reichstein. As Iguchi delivers ball one, and this is the part of the majors order that did the damage in the second. Reichstein reached on a fielder's choice and then was driven in by the man on deck, Cleveland Brownlee, for the first run of the ball game. The 1-1 is swung on and missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Well, we've just got some information from Neil Srivastava, who's usually in this spot that I'm sitting in with Reed, who's at the home office in Arizona, we'll call it, convalescing. He advises that the Welland Jackfish are up 6-1 over the Kitchener Panthers, and that game is in a rain delay currently. And that is the rain that we're looking at coming this way. And it looks like it's going to be just before 10 o'clock, somewhere around 9:45. As I looked on my radar, I'm not a meteorologist, I just play one on TV.
2-2, popped up. Shallow right center field. That's the center fielder's ball all day. Duncan comes in to make the catch. And there's one down.
If this one can't go the distance and there is a continuation of this game, it will be in London. It'll be continued there.
This is getting pushed back. About 20 minutes ago you said 9, now 9:45. We're getting there.
Yeah, a little bit of lack of wind here has helped.
Yep.
But it's coming, and it looks heavy.
First pitch to Brownlee is popped up. Shallow right field. And coming in to make the catch is DeBanning, and that is 2 quick outs here for Iguchi.
And they are experiencing that weather right now in London as it looks on the radar. London, Kitchener, Guelph area, getting some thunderstorms across southwestern Ontario coming this way. And with it will bring some cooler weather, cooler temperatures tomorrow. Now I'm getting right out of my element.
First pitch away to Mosher. My car needs the wash anyway, so I'm okay with that. 1-0 in for a strike count even. Mosher 1 for 1, singled in the second.
Good hitter, 9-7. Good hitter, kid. One pitch. You know where you want. Let's go, Mama.
1-1. Close pitch taken for ball 2. Six in a row retired. The 2-1 is going to be lined into left field, a base hit. And getting it back into the infield quickly was Berg. And it's a 2-out single. And that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Tristan Osika.
Yeah, perfect. Mosher getting those hands out there on the ball and lining that into that gap between center and left. It was 86-mile-an-hour fastball. That was the hardest pitch of this game for Iguchi. And Mosher handles that, sends it in another direction.
First pitch to Osika is a called strike one.
Come on, 2-9, come on, kid.
Tristan Osika, as we mentioned early off the top, former Hamilton Cardinal, just wasn't getting the playing time that he was hoping for here, and he's become a great utility man for the London Majors, and has done a great job at second base for them in these playoffs.
Come on, Seeks, kid.
As well is hitting 500 in this series. Just the 4 at-bats, 2 for 4 in the series.
1 ball, 2 strikes. He's looking to get the top of the order to the plate. If you're a Gucci, you want to face the top of the order with nobody on to start the 5th. Runner at first, 2 down. 2-0 Majors. This is game 4, the first round of the IBL playoffs.
Now, must win for the Cardinals. They need this to send this game and series back to London.
1-2 in the dirt, and that's a good block from Bernardo. Keep the runner at first base.
See that block by Bernardo. Gets right down. Good technique. Getting behind the ball, squaring up.
Check on the runner at first, and Mosher gets back in safely. London looking to join Barrie and Guelph in round number 2. As the Baycats and Royals both sweeping their first round series. That 2-2 is just off the plate outside, and the count will run full. So Mosher will be off on the pitch.
See that pitch again. Just outside. Bernardo did a great job trying to bring that back.
That's a great take by Osika. The 3-2. Strike 3 called. Osika thought he had first. David Phillips thought otherwise. And that retires the side. 1 man left on. We will head to the bottom of the 4th. Majors lead it 2-0 on Mountain Mitsubishi, Hamilton Cardinals baseball. To the bottom of the 4th we go. Majors 2, Cardinals nothing. Heart of the Hamilton lineup is due up here in the bottom of the 4th. First pitch to Bernardo is taken for a strike. Cardinals catcher 1 for 1 as he singled back to lead off the 2nd. Ended up being stranded at second base. He's going to line this one into the corner in right field. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Around first, headed to second. It's a leadoff double for Bernardo. And he's got this crowd roaring as the Cardinals look for run number 1 of the night.
Exactly what they need. Bernardo, a bit of a catalyst all season long. And Payano wants that pitch back. You can see by his reaction with his hands on his hips. Just a beauty into right field down the line by Bernardo. Again, a nice little in-out swing. Sends that opposite direction.
That's a great swing and a great look.
The Cardinals are up and running here in the bottom of the 4th with a runner in scoring position.
Dennis DeBanning swings and misses at the first offering. 0 for 1 as he flew out to right in the second. And here you're not necessarily looking to tie the game. Of course, a 2-run shot, that's always nice, but
we'll take it.
A productive out to the right side. I'm a happy manager if I see a guy do that, so. The 0-1 taken for ball 1.
And they are playing DeBanning out in right field there.
Let's go, Pyle. Let's go, Pyle.
Reichstein guarding that line.
Yeah, there's a lot of room in that right center gap. The 1-1. Swung on and missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Dennis DeBanning with that nice little compact swing. Swinging through the ball, and he asks for timeout.
And with 2 strikes, a great opportunity to shorten up that swing. Just put something to the right side. 1-2. Off the plate inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, that was pretty close to hitting DeBanning there. As Payano takes a look at the runner at second.
And that one is swung on and missed. And that is the first out in the bottom of the 4th inning.
That brings up Tanner Rempel for the Cardinals here. With Bernardo in scoring position, he is going to try see what he can do against Payano here.
Oh for 1 in the ball game was the only strikeout swinging for Payano before DeBanning just went down as he takes a first pitch strike.
Yeah, we saw like, was it 5 strikeouts? Backward Ks there in the book, caught looking.
Yeah, combined between the 2 clubs.
Yeah, that's, you can tell the pitchers are right on when they're fooling the batters like that.
0-1, swung on and missed.
That game in Kitchener still being delayed with Welland up 6-1.
Let's run over chair, why not? Hey, let's go. Hey, come down. They think it's comfy. Let's go. Keep them sitting down. Let's go.
Bernardo at second. The 0-2. DeOlio liked the spot, didn't get the call, count 1-2.
Umpire Dave Phillips, he took a second look at that as well, too. He's like, yeah, no.
Have to try a little bit harder.
Go ahead here. Go, Pyle. Go, kid. Go, Pyle.
Big lead by Bernardo at second. Takes an even bigger lead. He goes to third.
There he goes. Swung on and missed. Throw down is not in time. And are we going to get interference at home plate? We are. So that is going to turn into a double play.
Yeah, Dave Phillips called that right away, and I'm not sure it was the catcher that asked for it as well. Well, that was Tanner Rempel just going through. I mean, he was
just finishing the swing.
Finishing the swing. He actually ducked to give
He swung and missed anyways,
DeOlio a little more room there. I mean, that is Tanner Rempel's swing. Hasn't changed anything all season.
So actually, they're just going to send him back to second, Bernardo. Now, I know Roop was asking about the double play.
Real heads up attempt steal there by Bernardo. Took a big lead, and Payano let him take it. And he was in his windup, and he was off. And had that base stolen, if not for the catcher interference, batter interference on the catcher on that throw down the third. that I don't think he would have got him anyway.
No, absolutely not. First pitch to Whalen, swung on and missed. So a 2-out situation, runner on second. Fans trying to get behind the Cardinals here, see if they can get on the board in the bottom of the fourth.
Whalen 0 for 1 in this game with a strikeout.
There goes Bernardo again. Pitch taken for a strike. Throw down is offline. And it actually ricocheted off the third baseman, Plaus to short. So there's your stolen base. There's your runner on third. He's just 90 feet away from making it a 2-1 game.
Well, he wanted a do-over and he got it. Bernardo again taking the jump on Payano as this ball goes right out into shortstop. Has the base stolen, bounced off of Plaz.
Nothing in two, runner at third. This ball is popped in the air, shallow center field. Will it drop? It absolutely will. Cardinals on the board. It's a 2-out RBI single for Whalen, and it's a 2-1 ball game.
Well, regardless of that stolen base by Bernardo, I believe he would have scored from second there quite easily. A nice little Texas leaguer by Whalen. Right place, right time. Nice little swing through the ball. Whalen gets this right between left and center, and that scores Bernardo. Cardinals are on the board. 2 out, man on first. And Bernardo's, he's got to be gassed. That was 2 steals at 2 attempts at third base.
First pitch to Daly is swung on and missed. This crowd wants to see a tie ball game or more.
Brandon Daly, 267 on the season for the Cardinals.
Nothing in one is bounced foul. No balls, 2 strikes.
We talked about Diolio being the Iron Man for the London Majors, playing in all 42 games. Well, Luis Bernardo doing the same for the Cardinals at, I would say, one of the toughest positions on the field. 42 games for the Hamilton Cardinals. Luis Bernardo playing 13 of those at first base, 22 of them behind home plate.
Nothing in 2, swung on and missed. But if you're the Hamilton Cardinals, you will absolutely take that, especially after the performance from Payano in game number 1. Cards on the board, they trail 2-1. As Hamilton Cardinals baseball proudly brought to you by Mountain Mitsubishi here on Cable 14, located at 2515 Upper James Street, right here in Hamilton. And we talked about it right off the top of the broadcast, Troy. It's, you know, without them and with all the partners, the incredible crew we have here at Cable 14, none of this is even remotely possible.
Yeah, you know, a team like the Hamilton Cardinals, they, you know, it costs a lot of money to house these players and move these players around the province, and equipment, and you know, you're paying your managers, paying your coaches, and you know, to have sponsors. You see all the sponsors out in center field, but the Mountain Mitsubishi, having them come on board as a sponsor this year has been just fantastic. And they've got a nice new building out there on Upper James Street, south of Rimo. Big building. Go and visit them. Tell them you went to a Cardinals game this year. Tell them Reese and Troy sent you. Maybe that'll be good for I don't know, free car wash or something. Tank of gas.
That's like winning the jackpot nowadays.
Yeah.
So warm-up pitches underway ahead of the top of the 5th inning for the London Majors. It will be the top of the order. Victor Plaz, Gibson Kreminski, and Eduardo De Olio. They have reached in this game, but they weren't the ones to do the damage to the Cardinals in the 2nd inning, as it was the bottom of the lineup to get that job done, and to look to try and regain the 2-run lead and more.
Cardinal staff giving away sunflower seeds, running around throwing packages of sunflower seeds into the stands. Where's ours?
Go for a bag of salted right now. That'd be nice.
Nothing better than on a hot day is some salty sunflower seeds.
First pitch from Iguchi is going to be lined up the middle into center field, a base hit. So wasting no time was Victor Plaz, and he is on to lead off the 5th.
Yeah, Plaz taking that first pitch, liking what he saw, and driving that into center field. That got out of the infield in a hurry. He's down at first, and London Majors looking to set up another big inning here, up 2-1.
And you absolutely have to keep your eye on Victor Plaz over there at first base. I'm sure they'd love to get him into scoring position as quick as possible, as Exhibit A, Gibson Kreminski showing bunt but takes a strike. That extra run means so much more once you get to the postseason.
Come on, Gib.
Iguchi set the 0-1, shows bunt again, able to pull back. Pitch was in and down, and the count is now even.
See the attempt there, pulls it back just in time.
Come on, Gibby, come on, 2-7, come on, kid. Come on, boys, stay alive in there.
Bernardo keeps that ball out in front of him. Don't want to give Plaz the easy base down to second, put him in scoring position with none out in this 5th inning.
1-1 showing bunt again, gets it down. That's a nice easy hop over to first base. Are we going to get a Javi Baez versus Pittsburgh situation? We're not. There's out number 1, and the runner moves up to second.
Loveridge covering over at first, so Rempel had that option if things got a little silly.
As a Tiger fan, I miss those Javi Baez days.
Tiger fan, so you're the one.
I'm the one. Yep.
You and Wardo.
I'd like to celebrate we're back at 500, but we swept the White Sox, so it's not saying a whole lot. First pitch to De Olio is down and away, ball 1. The Majors catcher 0 for 2, reached on an error back in the 1st and then grounded out 4-3 in the 3rd. Looking to put his team back in front by 2. The 1-0 is hit in the air. Center field, having to go back is Duncan all the way to the track, and that ball is going to leave the yard. Straight away center, 2-run shot for Eduardo De Olio, and the Majors jump out to a 3-run lead. It's 4-1.
Well, just a 68-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch, and De Olio was ready for it, knew it was coming, and then launches this deep to center field right over Tyler Duncan's head. And this puts the London Majors up 4-1 in this one. You see that right there. And I don't think that was a bit of a no-doubter, and De Olio knew it right off the bat.
On a pitch that's a little bit towards the bottom of the strike zone, that is impressive.
Yeah, that ball just lofted in there with a little bit of movement, a little bit of break. De Olio followed it right in and tore the strip off that. 4-1 here for the Majors.
2 balls, no strikes to Caden Cardoso. Nothing in 2 for him so far tonight in game 4. Gucci taking some time here before delivering the 2-0 pitch. It's a nice response from the Majors after the crowd was into it. Cut the lead in half as he's taken ball 3, and the count is 3 balls and no strikes.
That home run, it's awoken that dugout on the Major side. You can hear them in the background. They're really whooping it up down there. Them and the London Majors fans that are out to Bernie Arbor Stadium for this one.
And there's a 4-pitch walk. So it'll be a runner on first. Only 1 man down here in the 5th inning. And we will get a mound visit after this 4-pitch walk.
And it looks like Stephen Hospital down there in the bullpen warming up for the Hamilton Cardinals. And he has had some work in this series in 2 games, pitched 4 innings, 4.5 ERA for the Cardinals, and they're just trying to give him a little extra warm-up time as Crispiano comes out and talks to Higuchi and slowly strolls back.
What's the message here in this situation?
The message is just make your pitches. We've got help on the way. Don't worry about it. You know, give us some time. Let him warm up. You've done a great job thus far. 1 pitch has been the difference here in this one.
Yeah, really one mistake.
You're in a 2-1 game until that.
Yep. I think what's also important to remember, he's really 1 pitch away from getting his team back on the sticks. You get a ground ball, you're out of the inning.
Absolutely, that's what they're trying to induce, a ground ball here and get out of this inning without any more damage.
First pitch up and in to Starling Joseph. You just got to try and continue to work the ball down. Joseph is a guy who does have quite a bit of power and can lift the ball out of the ballpark.
Struggling a little bit in this series, just hitting 182. 11 at bats, 3 hits.
1-0 runner off on the pitch. Strike taken, throw down is not in time. Looked like he almost slid into the tag. But just getting past the tag there was Cardoso for the stolen base, and that is huge with no double play intact now.
Nice throw down by Bernardo. Leverage just putting the glove out there. Thought he had him, and so did DeCastro. Oh, I think he did too. I think London got away with one there.
1-1 is fouled at the plate.
Unless Leverage missed him entirely, and you can't tell from where we're sitting or from that highlight, but definitely looked like he tagged him.
On the shoulder,
yeah,
potentially.
I think he got him on the shoulder. May have.
Yeah. One-two, swung on and missed. That's a big K and a big response from Higuchi on the mound.
Yeah, as Gucci
stares into the dugout.
Takes a look into that London dugout, who have really been boisterous in this inning. Marlin tries to reach across for that, doesn't get it. Stephen Hamilton looks like he's ready to come in, and Higuchi will exit this game for the Cardinals. Gets a congratulations from his teammates. Like I said, the difference is 1 pitch.
Yep.
1 pitch to the wrong guy, and he took advantage of it and sent that out of the park. But Eguchi's done great work here tonight. Great work all season long. He's been an all-star for the Cardinals. Simply spectacular for the Cardinals this season as he just racked up the numbers.
As you see his Cardinal teammates giving him some love after that outing, and yeah, it's nothing bad that you take out of this. I mean, we'll continue to talk about it as the game goes on, but yeah, it was that one mistake, albeit it wasn't a terrible pitch, really.
No.
No, that's a good hitter that has a lot of power.
Eguchi on the season with 8-2 with a 3.07 ERA, 67 strikeouts. And that got him into the All-Star game this year representing the Hamilton Cardinals. He's been fantastic and has continued on here in the playoffs. And London taking advantage of just little mistakes that have been made, and they're working those mistakes into runs.
I am so glad when they announced they were bringing the All-Star game back. That was something that was missed around the league.
Yeah. And Welland just did a spectacular job with it as well. Just class organization through and through. And looks like they may be punching their ticket if they can get that game continued in Kitchener. It looks like they have, and they're up now 8-1 in that one.
New chuck in for the Cardinals. It's Stephen Hospital, 6'5", 190, the right-hander out of Oakville. Will look to get the Cards back in the dugout. Look to leave the runner at second base as Cardoso will head back after having a chat with Roop over down there at third.
9 strikeouts in 10 and a third innings during the regular season, and he was a late acquisition by the Cardinals. Niagara College graduate.
First pitch to Reichstein in there for a strike.
Has a very, very strong arm.
Hill one is going to be hit foul down the right field line. No balls, 2 strikes. Majors right fielder 0 for 2, grounded into a fielder's choice in the second, ended up scoring the first run of the ball game, and then flew out to center in the fourth.
4-1 the score here for the London Majors. 2-1 game until it was broken wide open a few moments ago.
The 0-2 misses in. Cardoso out at second. Hospital set. The pitch is foul tipped, hung on to by Bernardo, and that will retire the side, but not before Eduardo De Olio hits a 2-run bomb to straight away center. It is a 4-1 Majors lead here in Game 4 of this first round IBL playoff matchup. You're watching Mountain Mitsubishi Hamilton Cardinals baseball on cable. To the bottom of the 6th inning, 4-1 Majors lead the Cardinals. It is do or die night for Hamilton. Look to force game number 5 tomorrow at Labatt Memorial Park back in London. Victor Payano trying to keep it right where it is. 3-4-5 due up for the Cardinals here in the 6th inning. That's Duncan, Bernardo, and DeBanning. And Duncan 0 for 2 with a couple of Ks. Payano set at the belt. The 0-1 is fouled straight back. No balls, 2 strikes to the Cardinals center fielder. can count 24 strikeouts in the series and potentially counting with how he's dealing today. Payano has been great both in Game 1 and Game 4 now. As he misses there to Duncan, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Hey, throw the try. Here you go. Come on now. Come on, Don. Let's go. Right here. Come on.
As Payano has completed 13 innings with those 24 strikeouts. Here's the 1-2. It is inside. It catches Duncan. Also caught DeOlio. So that's a free 90 for Duncan, and that's how the 6th starts, and that's exactly what you need if you're the Cardinals. Get the leadoff guy on and just keep the line moving. You're not looking to hit a 3-run home run to start. You're just trying to get ones, keep chipping away as the late innings progress.
Ouch. That hits Duncan right on the elbow and then right into DeOlio. After that ball changed direction, and umpire Dave Phillips is going to give him a couple minutes to recoup there and get himself together as Tyler Duncan heads down to first base, and the trainer come out to take a look at him, but he's okay. He's gone back.
Luis Bernardo into the box. Takes a pitch down to start this AB. He has scored the lone run for the Cardinals in this game. Doubled. Thought he stole a base. Had to go back due to interference at the plate. Ended up eventually stealing third base, and then he came around to score on a Stephen Whalen single.
He took the mulligan.
The 1-0. 2 balls, no strikes.
To Bernardo here at the plate. Duncan at first, none out.
Bernardo looking to do damage on this 2-0 pitch. Here it is from Payano. That's taken for a strike, as Siri on my watch wanted to join the broadcast for a second.
82 miles an hour on the outside corner to Bernardo. Payano has been very good tonight of getting in a little bit of trouble, not a lot of trouble, getting in and out very efficiently.
The 2-1. And that is a great take to get the count 3-1 in Bernardo's favor. Crowd coming alive here in the 6th. Payano set at the belt. The 3-1 pitch is right there for a strike, and the count will run full. Duncan at first. Reached after he was hit by a pitch. And Bernardo just looking to keep the chain moving. Here's the 3-2. It is taken, strike 3 called. Punch out number 11 for Victor Payano, and Bernardo is out number 1.
Yeah, Bernardo's not happy with that, but umpire Dave Phillips has been consistent all night long down there, and he's given this to Payano. That's a strike. You know, that's close. You got to go after that. A 2-strike count. You just can't take any chances. That's pretty close to what's been called all night. He's been behind the plate. He knows what Dave Phillips has called. Too juicy to pass up.
Now DeBanning into the box with one down, takes ball one. And the Majors left-hander looking for a new baseball. And it's just one of those situations, 3-2, nobody out, runner on first. It's just tough to leave that in the umpire's hands.
Go, Bio, come on. Go, Five, come on out.
Here's the 1-0. And that misses for ball two. Favorable count now for DeBanning.
Bottom of the sixth here. One out, runner on first. We're just coming up on 2 hours in this game now. So things moving along nicely. I'm a big fan of the pitch clock. I don't know about you.
Yep, big time. Two-0 is going to be hit on a line. That's going to be down the line in left field, and it's going to be down. Duncan going to round second. He's going to head to third. The throw will be way offline. Moving into second is DeBanning. Runners second and third. One out for the Cardinals in the sixth.
Now just a nice piece of hitting by Dennis DeBanning. And this ball, I don't know if it was a mistake. It was a breaking pitch, 83 miles an hour, and DeBanning takes it and parks it out in left field in a real hurry. Duncan gets on his horse, gets the third. DeBanning will stay at first and third, one out. And the first little bit of trouble that Payano has been in all game long here in the bottom of the sixth inning.
Yeah, and that's phenomenal base running by Duncan. He kept his feet in motion because that's a situation with Joseph out in left field. If he makes that catch, there's no chance he is going to have any opportunity to double up Duncan at first. So you keep your feet in motion. You keep the shoulders a little bit square to the pitcher's mound just to make sure in case he does catch it. But the feet were always in motion, and I mean, he got to third easily, even if that throw was on.
And pitching coach Brent Wales comes out and has a discussion with Payano. What is the plan here going forward with DeBanning at second and Tyler Duncan at third?
So they've pulled Cardoso in. His toes are on the grass over at first base. Everybody else is playing back. First pitch to Rempel in there for a strike. He is 0 for 2 with a couple of Ks. Just here, essentially, you're looking to get something past the pitcher, to the left side or to the middle. Swung on and missed, no balls, 2 strikes.
Tanner Rempel now finds himself in a hole here. Would love to move these runners along. A single scores 2 here for the Cardinals, gets them within 1 of the London Majors in this game, the bottom of the sixth.
Time called at the plate. Rempel trying to disrupt the timing of the pitcher Payano on the mound. Disrupt the rhythm as he awaits the 0-2. Here it is. It's going to be bounced foul. Good job staying alive. This is a big spot in the ball game, Troy. If there's a 0 here.
Yeah, Payano here now is thrown 3 off-speed pitches in a row here to Tanner Rempel. This last one was 67 miles an hour. And I'm thinking he's coming back with something hard here. Just makes his fastball look so much faster if you can get the off-speed stuff working for you.
Payano, Deolio on the same page. Here's another 0-2. Swung on and missed. That's a big K. And there are now 2 down.
Yeah, just what we talked about, setting him up with the changeup, the off-speed stuff, and then coming back with an 83-mile-an-hour fastball right down the heart of the plate. And it just makes that 83-mile-an-hour fastball look like, 89, 88.
Yep. So here's Stephen Whalen. He is the lone RBI in the game for the Cardinals as he drove home Bernardo back in the 4th. First pitch to him is a called strike.
Come on, Whalen.
Cardoso moves back, so infield going to give themselves some time, try to knock it down. The 0-1. That's a great pitch on the outer edge, strike 2.
That was the best pitch that he's thrown this inning, 85 miles an hour, perfectly executed on the outside corner.
Deolio directing traffic, asking his third baseman Plaus to move in a few steps. Whalen awaits the 0-2. And he pops it foul way out of play to the left of us.
Well, it worked for him there. Payano threw him an 85-mile-an-hour fastball, throw him another one, and he does just that, trying to get ahead here on Whalen.
This crowd looking to explode. 2 runners in scoring position in a 4-1 game, and we'll get time at the plate.
You know, Whalen is not the hitter that Tyler Duncan is, and he's just trying to throw some gas by him here in this 6th inning. Duncan at third, Banning at second.
The 0-2 is swung on and missed. Payano gets out of a jam. No runs across for the Cardinals in the 6th. 86 on the gun from the Majors left-hander. And he ends up striking out the side in the 6th inning. And Little Caesars with many locations all over the city of Hamilton. They've been feeding the hard-working people you see around the stadium here at Bernie Arbor, as well as the Cable 14 crew all season long.
Could use some of that right about now.
Yes.
They make a delivery this late? Sure they do.
I would think so. Get some Detroit-style pizza.
Yeah, absolutely.
Crazy bread, yes or no?
There's enough bread in the pizza. I just don't need more.
So we will hit a quick break, quick pause in the action, come back for the top of the 7th with the Majors still on top by 3. It's 4-1 on Mountain Mitsubishi Hamilton Cardinals baseball. Bottom of the 7th we go here at Bernie Arbor. 4-1 Majors lead it as they look to advance to round 2 of the IBL playoffs, currently leading the series 2-1, and a little bit of a welcome sight for these Hamilton Cardinals batters as the right-hander Daniel Gore steps on the rubber. And his first pitch almost clips the leadoff man Brendan Daly.
Gore's pitched 2 2/3 innings in the playoffs in this series so far. Two strikeouts in those 2 innings for Gore. Hey, remember that rain I was telling you about?
Yes.
Well, here's the thing. It's kind of broken up as it approached the lake here, so we're going to get a little bit of precipitation, but some light drizzle. Everything went south like we were hoping it might.
Right on.
So looking good to finish this game here.
Gore delivers his first strike, a 3-1 count to Daly. Yeah, it's interesting once weather gets over here. It either goes right through or it splits.
So many times this summer I've seen it just comes to the lake and just splits.
3-1 called a strike and the count will run full.
And the dad in me says, we really need the rain. but not tonight. 26 degrees now here in east end of Hamilton Mountain.
3-2 is strike 3 called. That's a good comeback from Gore. And he records his first strikeout against his first batter.
Yeah, just caught looking again. Just continuing off right where Piano left off. And Danny Gore, always good to get that first strikeout under your belt. Game time was 31 degrees here. Ooh, it's hot.
Wow. Loveridge takes a strike. 1 for 2 in the ball game for the Cardinals' second baseman. Nothing in 1 is down and away. Count evened up.
Best there is, Gore. Best there is. Hey, help him out, boys.
As you get into this point of the ball game, it's not necessarily about how many innings you've got left to go. You start to count outs. As in 8 left for the Cardinals to mount a comeback here, down by 3.
Bottom of the 6th in Kitchener, 11-5. Welland leads that. So they're looking to punch their ticket to the semis. A little blip in the radar with 1 game there. Kitchener managed to get from them. The league leaders.
Two. Close pitch. Deolio wanted it. Stuck it there for an extra second, but didn't get it. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Back-to-back full counts for Gore.
Yeah, that looked pretty good.
That's a great pitch.
Great movement on that as well.
Good time at the plate. Gore into his motion, the 3-2 is not there, ball 4. And the number 9 hitter does his job. He reaches with 1 out, a free 90 for Loveridge, and that'll bring Danny Berg to the plate.
Well, the smooth jazz that brings Berg to the plate. Each hitter gets to pick their walk-up song, and he goes with the smooth jazz, trying to put the pitcher to sleep, maybe.
What would you pick as yours?
I was thinking about that the other day. I don't know. I haven't. I'll have to think about that.
Gore delivers. First pitch, swing and a miss, or foul, I should say. Nothing in 1.
Get tough here, kid.
Maybe something by Rush. Geddy Lee's a big baseball fan.
Fitting, one of the top 5, top 10 drummers of all time.
Top 2.
Oh, okay. The 0-1 is off the plate outside. Yeah, it wasn't even thought of when they were big. Crowd getting back into it. 1-1 count to Berg. And get a disengagement from Gore.
Let's go, Danny B.
Loveridge at first, reached on a walk. Here's the 1-1. It's going to be popped foul left side into the parking lot. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, Gore hasn't been overpowering hitters here. You know, he's in 75, 79, in that range, but good ball placement, putting the ball exactly where he wants it here. Taking over where Piano left off.
The 1-2. Swung on and missed. And that is out number 2, and both Payano and Gore, it just seems like they get a little bit of traffic on the bases. They just decide to do it themselves and take care of business, not allow a ball in play.
Yeah, the line on Payano, 6 innings pitched, 5 hits, 1 walk, 13 strikeouts on the 25 batters that he faced. What a great shot right there by our camera crew. That swing through. 2 out here for the London Majors. Bottom of the 7th.
That'll get DeCastro to the plate. First pitch over to third. Gonna have to be picked, and that's a pretty easy one. Got a nice bounce off the grass as Cardoso able to pick that throw from Plaz at third. And that'll get us to the end of 7, 4-1 Majors here in Game 4. You're watching Mountain Mitsubishi, Hamilton Cardinals baseball on Cable 14.
I need Champ to run.
When I arrived in Canada, there were not many women who looked like me. Not everyone was welcoming. But my husband made a new life here in this distant country. And I thought here I could belong. And many others could too. As the years went on, our town flourished. Our community worked together and took care of each other. Our children grew up with a true sense of belonging. Here in Baldi, we built our home, and we wanted others to do the same.
Established by South Asian immigrants in 1917, the mill town of Baldi, British Columbia was one of Canada's first inclusive multicultural communities.
Get ready for Cable 14's new show, The Pickup. Every week, Ann Purvu and Harmony McKenzie pick up Hamiltonians with unique jobs to learn about what they do.
I have no idea what a duel is.
You could pet Fluffy.
There is no way I'm petting this Fluffy.
Trout or whatever.
You get a trap, you get a bass, you get a head.
Coming this fall, visit cable14.com/thepickup for more details.
I walk for my partner who is on dialysis.
I walk in memory of my dad.
I walk for all those waiting for a kidney transplant.
I walk because I live with kidney disease. When you participate in the kidney walk or support someone who does, you're taking steps and providing hope to thousands of Canadians living with kidney disease. Behind every step, there's someone we walk for.
Who will you be walking for?
Who will you be walking for?
Who will you be walking for? Register or donate at kidneywalk.ca.
Because this is Starling Joseph to lead off, the 8th for the Majors, and he sees a new pitcher for the Cardinals, right-hander Zach Cameron now into the ball game, 4th pitcher of the evening for the Cards, as he tries to hold the deficit at 3. Pitch up and in to Joseph.
Zach Cameron, 2 1/3 innings in this series so far in 2 games for the Cardinals. ERA of 2.84 during the regular season. Saw 10 games, 12 2/3 innings, and 13 strikeouts for Zach Cameron.
Count even 2-2.
Been very effective for the Cardinals in spot duty for them when the opportunities existed.
2-2 is fouled straight back. It's the 5, 6, and 7 hitters due up for the Majors. That's Joseph, Reichstein, and Brownlee. Joseph set in the box. Cameron set on the mound. 2-2 again is going to be hit into left field. That's a base hit, and the leadoff man is on for the Majors to start the 8th.
Yeah, good job by Joseph there, fighting off the pitches that he didn't want, finding the one he went, waiting for the one he wanted, and puts that right between third and short. Again, the London Majors starting an inning with a man on first. None out.
And Byron Reichstein to the plate. Whalen playing with his feet firmly planted on the infield grass. Rightly so, as Reichstein shows bunt, pulls back, and takes ball 1. Already seen the Majors do this once in this ball game, utilizing the bunt and moving a guy over to second base.
Starling Joseph with 11 stolen bases on the season. So he's got some speed and a threat to move, given the opportunity. And the Cardinals are aware of that, and they want to, with none out here, they want to keep him right there on first base.
Yeah, and depending where that bunt is as well, at least looking off of where the infielders moved off of that foul ball, you got to make sure somebody gets back to third base. Reichstein does not get it down. It'll stop foul around home plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. As that will surely get rid of the bunt for Reichstein, and he'll be swinging away here, 1-2.
On deck for the Majors, scheduled Brownlee, Mosher, and Osika.
You see here the spin on that ball, forcing it foul. Ball popped up left side near the fence, and it's going to drop, so we'll do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Another couple extra steps, and Whalen could have had that.
Yeah, it'd be close, but if we're at Labatt Park, that ball's playable, I think.
Hey, don't you love this time of year? OHL coming back. You got baseball heading down to the wire here. We got the IBL and the playoffs. NFL, fantasy, time to pick your teams. Oh.
Joseph tried to steal second, but ended up slipping. Throw down to first. They get him in a pickle, and then they get him out. That is a big out on the base paths for the Cardinals.
Yeah, exactly what the Cardinals needed here. A little bit of a break, a little bit of a base running error by Starling Joseph as he starts to head out and then stops and gets caught up in the middle. And Cardinals with 1 down here in the top of the 8th.
There was no hesitation at all from Bernardo. Just a quick transfer from the glove to the hand. And Joseph was dead in his tracks.
Yeah, he got caught in no man's land there.
Also like the way that the Cardinals were able to just get that done. 1 throw is really all it took, and then they got the tag. When you start to get into 2, 3, 4 throws, you start to potentially get interference on fielders, getting in the way, potential for an overthrow, missed throw, whatever the case may be. So the Cardinals got it done with 1 throw and a tag. As we're going to get a ground ball here for out number 2. Reichstein will be retired. And Cleveland Brownlee will step to the plate with nobody on and 2 outs.
Put out there at first base by Tanner Rempel. Cardinals are looking at 2 out here. Brownlee's always a tough at-bat.
Takes a first pitch strike.
Nice pitch by Zach Cameron on the outside.
The 0-1 is low for ball 1. Brownlee still with that old school style. Doesn't need the batting gloves to grip it and rip it. Big swing and a miss. And it's 1-2. Just tried to make it 5-1.
Barely looks like he has any tape in the end of that bat as he takes a big hack right through.
Got a fastball up. That's the right swing for that. 1-2. Swung on and missed. And the Cardinals will head to the plate, still down by 3. It's the middle of the 8th inning. You're watching Mountain Mitsubishi Hamilton Cardinals baseball on Cable 14. Bottom of the 9th. The Cardinals need at least 3 to extend potentially the game, if we happen to go to 10, to extend the series, and to extend their season. It'll be the bottom third of the order for the Cardinals due up. Whalen, Daly, and Loveridge against Mr. Gore on the mound for the Majors, who has been just great, really picking up where Victor Payano left off. The first pitch to Whalen is swung on and missed.
Yeah, Andrew Johnston is warming up on the on-deck circle. He looks like he will be coming in and hitting for Daly in the number 8 spot after Whalen here. Bottom of the 7th, London Jackfish 11-5 in the Kitchener Panthers. Boston Red Sox beating the Blue Jays 6-3. What else do you want to know?
Tiger score? No, they're probably losing.
Tigers are up 2-1, bottom of the 4th.
Right on.
There you go.
We're gonna
nothing but good news. And the rain is held off. I got nothing but good news tonight so far.
We're going to get a conference between all of the umpires. Are they going to talk about if that hit Whalen by chance? 'Cause that's the only thing I can think of right now. I don't think it did. Yeah. Yeah, he'll stay at home plate.
Dave Phillips going out there and talking with the other umpires, getting the call right. Takes a little bit of time, but it's what you expect from the umpires during the playoffs.
1-1. Upstairs, 2 balls, 1 strike. And again, a situation where you don't have to crank the ball to the wall. A base on balls will work just as well. Just find a way. The 2-1. Swung on and missed. Count evened up at 2.
2 swinging strikes on by Gore here. Whalen's making him work. Being aggressive at bat here.
2-2 is going to be popped into left. It's going to hang up though. And Joseph will make the catch for out number 1. Majors 2 outs away from advancing to round 2.
Yeah, Whalen gets a piece of it, but actually maybe probably too much of it, as we just wanted that to drop in just over top of the shortstop in front of the left fielder, but not the case.
So Andrew Johnston is in fact announced as the pinch hitter, taking over for Brendan Daly, who finished 0 for 3. It'll be a righty-on-righty matchup here against Gore, and first pitch is fouled here at the plate.
And Loveridge is on deck, the scheduled number 9 hitter here for the Cardinals. He could be called back depending on what happens here with Johnston.
First pitch is going to be, or second pitch I should say, will be hit in the air. Left field, Joseph will put it in his back pocket, and there are 2 down.
Well, possibly 1 out here left to go in the Cardinals 2024 season, as the London Majors up 4-1 here, bottom of the 9th. All up to Keeler Loveridge here to get on base for the Cardinals.
And he has been on twice via the single and a walk. And he'll he'll take a first pitch strike. Guelph already threw after eliminating Chatham Kent, and Barrie threw after eliminating Toronto. London looking to join them, Welland looking to do the same in Kitchener. Count 0-2. Gore into his motion. A little bit of a pause. The pitch is going to be hit on the ground. That's going to be middle of the diamond. Going to be a tough play, and there will be no throw. So the game stays alive. The Cardinals stay alive. And it's just keeping things simple. Just a simple ground ball up the middle there.
Yeah. You say Leverage just gets bat on ball and just sends it right up the middle past Gore. And a tough one for Mosher to get and move on. Even if he did pick it up, it would be a tough throw. That brings Danny Berg to the plate.
Come on, Danny. Come on, baby.
First pitch to Berg is going to be hit in the air right side. It's going to be a can of corn to finish off game number 4, as the London Majors will celebrate a first round series win, 3-1. They defeat the Hamilton Cardinals, and they're moving on even closer to an IBL championship. Two runs in the second, 2 runs in the 5th, and that's all the Majors needed en route to a 4-1 victory. That lone run for the Cardinals coming back in the 4th. And I mean, on this one, you can just tip your cap to London Majors pitching. Victor Payano got it started. He went 6, struck out 13 batters. Gave way to Daniel Gore, who threw the last 3. He ended up striking out 3. And it just took 2 for the Majors to advance. The big blow in this one, Eduardo De Olio, a 2-run homer. As I mentioned, those 2 runs coming in the 5th inning. Victor Plauz, the man on base, coming around before De Olio, and we saw a lot of scoring in this series, and we saw games where pitching and defense dominated. Kind of sandwiched the series, 3-2 to start, 4-1 here to finish, and in between 16-2 and 10-9. As we kind of chatted about off the top, myself and Troy, it was a close series, and you don't want to see every series a sweep in the first round, albeit we had 2. However, got to a 4th game between London and Hamilton here. Welland Kitchener got to a 4th game as well, and it should be a very competitive second round around the Intercounty Baseball League with London, Barrie, Guelph, and from our updates that we had been getting, sounds like it'll be Welland to join the Final Four, the defending champion of the Intercounty Baseball League. As we get almost set up with Troy on the field to get some words from the Cardinals following this 2024 season, where they were the 6th seed heading into the postseason. The record of 18-24, and albeit 6 out of 9, bottom half of the IBL standings, to have a +16 run differential is pretty cool, and tells a lot about a team, both how well they pitched and how well they played defense. And it's been a great season here at Bernie Arbor Stadium. I mean, even after that Eduardo De Olio 2-run bomb, kind of felt like it brought this crowd to be a little bit quieter than the Cardinals are used to seeing. They got right back up in the bottom half for the Cardinals to try and get back into this game and get back closer to the 4-1 lead that the London Majors had. As we're going to send it down to Troy, who is at field level.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6. Chris, as you go through that handshake line, last game of the season, hard-fought series, what goes through your mind?
A lot of disappointment. We were expecting to win that series, just how we came here and played against them, take a 16-2 lead and then go to London and put up 7 and then, allow them to come back. And it's tough. It's a tough pill to swallow because you feel like you had them on the ropes and we could have knocked them out, but it's just how it is, right? Like, it just changes so quick. So yeah, it's hard. This one's hard.
Yeah, I know you're going to have some time to look back on the season, but some of your thoughts on the highlights, particularly your young players that you have on this team and the bright future that you guys are going to have going forward.
Yeah, you know what? Like, to be successful in this league, I have that core, and we do have that core, which are, young and they're getting experience. This is, some of the major guys. This is their 3rd year going into 4th year next year. So, knowing that we, had London, good matchup against them and had close games all year. I hope they take that as fuel for next year and come back even stronger with, a stronger mentality and just know that, this is just a part of the process and growing is hard and it's painful.
And yourself, your first year as the Cardinals manager, how did you enjoy it? And we hope to see you back next year.
Yeah, 100%. I loved it. I love being around the guys and being at the park and being from Hamilton. It's really meant a lot to me. I'll be honest, I'm tired. It's emotionally exhausting, mentally exhausting. And you know what? You just wish you could help more physically on the field with them, because it's really hard to see them struggle. Because it's just one of those things, right? Like, it's painful sometimes, and we're just going through it. And we're hoping to bring a championship to Hamilton, and I think we're close. I really do. And I want to be a part of that, and I know a lot of other guys want to be a part of it. So we're just going to stick to it and come back next year stronger.
Well, thanks very much, Chris. I know you've been great with me, great with us this year. And I'm already looking forward to next season. We'll see you soon.
All right. Thanks, Troy. Thanks, man. Thanks.
Reese, back to you.
Thank you, gentlemen. And nice way to put a wrap on the 2024 IBL season for the Hamilton Cardinals. It is a 4-1 final in favor of the visitors from London. And, well, where do we start? We kind of touched on it throughout the broadcast all night long. There are a lot of people that are involved with the broadcast, with the team, the umpiring crew, of course, all of the volunteers. And yeah, we wouldn't be here. I'd probably be at home watching TV right now if it wasn't for everybody out there. So a huge thank you to everyone involved, from the Cardinals players, coaches, front office, our entire amazing crew at Cable 14. It's been an incredible season, and albeit I was here for one game, but it was a fun 9 innings, to say the least. And Cardinals will be back. It's going to be a fun and exciting 2025 season, and, well, we wouldn't do it without all of the fans tuning in here, coming to the game, traveling to the games on the road. It's been an exciting season. So to put a wrap on it, for Troy Islikar and our entire great crew at Cable 14, I'm Reese Dumaney. Majors move on with a 3-1 series win and a 4-1 win in game number 4. You've been watching Mountain Mitsubishi Hamilton Cardinals baseball on Cable 14.